Hello and welcome everyone to Almus Market Mornings, your daily dose of financial updates with me, Swaraj, and our money market pundit, Mr. Pankaj Rathi. Now, currency markets have been volatile yesterday with a strong recovery in euro. Globally, we are also seeing an increase in the use of R word or recession as its fears are making the rounds of the markets. So it's important we keep a close eye on the latest developments. Now, Pankaj will take us through the same. Over to you, Pankaj.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Global equities had a kind of a relief rally with broad gains from the US and the European market. While there were no fundamental drivers apart from a stronger than expected IFO sentiment index in Germany, markets tried to recover from oversold conditions after the key technical levels on the downside held up. So we can sense that a 20% drop from a peak in S&P has provided some support. A lot of focus is centered on the inflation and personal income numbers or consumption data due on Friday this week. Currencies like other risk assets have been seen a good recovery from the oversold conditions against the dollar after DXY met a big resistance at 105. Euro in particular got a boost with the strong numbers from Germany and also a clear statement from ECB President Lagarde that the central bank is likely to start raising interest rates in July and exit sub-zero territory by end of September. And that's a very strong statement. With inflation running at almost 4 times the ECB 2% target, momentum in the central bank governing council has been building to raise the deposit rates from its current level of minus 0.5% in July. Lagarde comments also suggest that probably 2 increases of 25 basis points each at July and September policy meeting. Euro moved higher than its important resistance level of 1.0650 earlier, which was a support. Now we will be watching whether euro makes further move. Gold has also sustained above USD $1,850 per ounce along with the weakness in DXY. So few days back it was around 1780, 1790. Now it's back to 1850. Anthony Albanese became Australia's 31st Prime Minister after Scott Morrison considered defeat at the federal election. The new government policy might be inclined to a softer stand towards China, which had been strained in recent years, and also faster transition to green energy. Rupee also had a minor relief rally yesterday following the drop in dollar index and strength seen in other Asian currencies, led by Chinese yuan and the Korean won. Yuan has been recovering some of its losses after hitting a key technical level at 685. Yuan is almost 2.5% better than the peak dollar CNH levels. And this taking cues from Chinese authorities are first to prop up the economy. On the contrary, rupee got a leg higher after another failed attempt at 77.80, and the governor's critical statement in an interview that RBI will not allow a runaway depreciation in the rupee. And while they had no level or target for the rupee, the aim was to contain volatility, and intervention was multi-pronged to handle volatile conditions. In his response, one could read that there would be another rate hike in June meeting, which market is broadly discounting. He expected coordinated efforts of RBI and the government, which introduced some fiscal measures on Sunday, to have a sobering effect on inflation. The central bank would be reassessing the inflation outlook during their upcoming MPC meeting, which is in the first week of June. Our view is that rupees move from this level, either side would be restricted, though following the general direction of the dollar against major currency. On the bond front, Indian 10-year yield moved higher by 5 basis points after the fiscal measures initiated by the government to control inflation, although we remain skeptical about the worsening impact of the budget deficit. Technically, we see 77.30 provide good support. Another fall in a dollar index can lead to dollar rupee at 76.90. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pankaj. Now, as Pankaj mentioned, ECB is likely to start raising rates from July, which influenced the recovery in euro. And even in Asian currencies, we have seen some strength against the dollar. So a lot of fresh developments and new narratives being formed. We here at Almus emphasize on risk management, especially during such times as markets continue to be volatile. We hope that you have a risk management policy in place. That's it from our end. We will see you all tomorrow with the latest developments. Thank you.